Sorry. So I'm going to be adding the logo and some details to this. And if you looked at a pair of glasses, usually there's a hinge that's metal and it goes into the front and it attaches to the side. I'm not going to draw the whole thing, but I think I will just draw a detail of it. So let me go ahead and do that for you. So I've already done these glasses. I'm happy with the design. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little detail here. So if you can make up your own. So first thing I'm going to do is similar to the way that we drew this, excuse me. I'm in the design. I'm going to go to the solid and I'm going to hit the create sketch right here. And so, excuse me. So then I'm going to select where I want to put this thing. I'm going to put it on the frame. So I put on the frame. So that's where it's going to be drawing on. Now that was a little different than before, because before I was putting it on this orange X and Y, but this time I selected the frame. And so now I'm going to do the same thing with a fit point spline. I'm going to zoom in here. And so now it's automatically going to go on here. And so then I'm just going to draw my details. So let's see here. So let's try that again. Now, if you have a sketch, that's great. And the other thing you could do is go in here and change it to display visual style, maybe wireframe and frames with edges, right? So it might be easier for you to see what you're doing. And I want to I'm going to follow the contour, and then I'm going to just make a very slight little, like imagine this is a piece of jewelry, right? Something like this. And I'm going to push enter because I don't want to have that spline. And now I'll go back to the fit point spline and I'll go from the top and just drag it to the bottom. And then I'll push enter. All right. And so what I will do then is just kind of visualize this in 3D. And I'll say finish sketch. And it's not in 3D sketch. And now all I'm going to do is just extrude this a little bit, right? So I'm going to make it from 2D to 3D, little extrusion. Select what I want to do here. All right. Oh, I got to be careful that I select the right thing. So I just want to be careful. This is when it's kind of easier for me to go in here and say visual style shaded with, let's say visual edges, right? So there it is selected. Let's make sure, come on. The other thing I could do is just select it here. Come on, select. All right, come on, you can do it. There we go. All right, once selected, I want to make a new body, and I can just, if you want, you can even just drag it out. You kind of see what you're doing here. That might be a little big at 0.4, so I can just kind of drag it in, maybe 0.2 or 2.5, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'm going to kind of make this in silver, so think of a little piece of jewelry, and I'll say, okay, now I don't want to join it. You got to be careful because it wants to join it, which means it becomes one body. I'm going to create a new body because I want to make this its own color. All right, so there it is. And then I say, okay. And so that looks good. Now you could go in and chamfer it or roll that edge, but that's okay with me. And so I still have to mirror it, but let's add my logo while I'm here, okay? So I want to add my logo. So I hit insert. And unlike the canvas that we did, where we took our sketch, I'm just going to go to decal. And so find it from my computer. I want to be careful that I use my PNG file and not the JPEG, because the white on a PNG is what's called the alpha channel. And so it's invisible, where if I use my JPEG, it's going to be white. So I want to make sure it's invisible. I think I've got a couple colors, but let's just go with this one, even though I'll say open, and then face, where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it right on this face right there. All right. Now you'll notice I can actually roll this thing around it. But so what I'm going to do is just scale it, make it a little bit smaller in here, and just kind of put it where I want to. And so I feel like that's pretty good. I know the little trademark's a little hidden, but I'm okay with that. All right. So then I'll say okay. And so basically that's done. So now what I want to do is just make sure that, I got the logo there, and then I've got the new body, which is this. So I might push type in metal detail so I don't get confused. And now all I need to do is mirror it, and then we should be good to render it. So then I want to go to mirror. you're not modifying, you're actually creating a part. So I go to create and I go to mirror and I have to find it down here, M-I-R-R-O-R. There it is. And then it says object, select object. I'll select the one that's already selected. And then I'm going to try to select my logo. Maybe I can just do it like this. Can I do it like that? No, it doesn't like it. It wants me to go in here. Maybe I'll just do it one at a time. Let's do mirror plane. That's going to be, that's in the, that's going to be this right here. And if you can't find that, that is in your, that's your origin. Yeah. So make sure your origin's turned on. And then I say new body. Okay. And so what should happen then is if I there it is on the other side, it's there. Let's just flip that, do the same with our logo. Create, and you should always save your work as you go along. And let's see, come on. I want that logo. It's having a little tough time separating it out. Faces, why is that being so naughty with me here? So that is the logo right here. I wish I had Elena to help me. Just bear with me here. So that is a decal. Yeah. So you know what I could do? Let's see if I can't. You know what? I think because it's attached, I need to do the whole object. That might be it. You know, because I attached it. If you remember, it wrapped around it. So let's just mirror this whole thing. Mirror plane again, the center one, and we're going to identical body, and so that should be it. Let's look on the other side. I might need to delete the other one, the frame, and we should be good here. So bear with me here. All right, so, oh, there it went to the other side. Silly, what did I do wrong there? Sorry, guys. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to cancel that. Let's try it one more time here. Let's just see if I can delete this. And let's just take this one, we'll mirror it, and we'll call it a day. Mirror. And I'm going to select this object here. We'll just do the whole thing. Mirror plane, we want to do the center. And say, okay. Hopefully that worked. Come on, come on, come on. Let's do it again. Your instructor's having a tough go at this. Try it one more time here. So usually it's not an issue. I guess, you know, the thing to do, honestly, I think what I would suggest you do is go back here on the other side and just, since this thing is being a little mean to me, let's just go ahead and add my logo here. So I would go back to the decal, same one, insert from my computer. It's my .png, okay, and put it on this plane here. I'm going to rotate this one around and then scale it, and I'm good to go. And then just place it where I want. All right. All right, Smith, you're killing it. All right, so say okay. And I'm done. Then let's go ahead and save it. And then let's just create a quick little rendering. So I go to render. And so, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can do this, different places you can put it. Maybe I want to change. I kind of like this color combination I have, but maybe the environment I put it in might be a little different, something out in the sun. A lot of people actually model their own studio. Think of a table or a bowl that you could put your objects in. So let's see what this looks like. So let's go again to our environment library and select. It might take a minute to download. I think we're going to do dry lake bed. Let's see if this thing's going to download. And let's try that. I'm not going to do a custom one. So let's just, it's not loading here. Hang on here, everybody. I might have to remove the first one first. Okay, there it goes. All right. So I did that for obvious reasons because sunglasses. And then, you know, as I think it was one of our students, David, was saying, you know, sometimes your best view may be inside of the lens. And this is where you think of an artist or a photo studio where, you know, you might also be thinking about where is this, you know, what is the best view to show the frames. Maybe you want to show the frames through the lens, you know, and this is where you really have to figure out, everybody's will probably be different. And so once, you know, maybe, you know, I notice I clip the back off. Maybe I want to clip that back off. Maybe I want to show the whole thing. So just things to, you know, you could spend hours on this kind of a layout, but let's just go with this one. And then I go to the teapot, I push render. And then now as you get closer to being done, so we want to avoid cloud rendering because that uses the network. Your local rendering should be fine. And then, you know, as you, when you're like done, you might want to put it on your final. You can look at the advanced and just go ahead and render it. And you know, I recommend though that you do it with the draft versions first, because it can take a couple tries and, you know, you end up waiting around for an ungodly amount of time. But that's essentially it. Let's just get this rendering to open up and we'll take a look at it. And then we'll move on here. So the renderings, everybody, is never fast enough. You know, it's just one of these things where you get the latest and greatest and it's a little faster, and then the next year it's a little faster, and over time you're like, wow, this is a lot faster. And then you do a rendering like this and it's like, okay, anytime now, it just takes a little bit of time. So just be aware. So this was the rendering that we did, the first one, right? If you look at that, and then we will take a look at this one, and then we will download it. So when you're here, when you get it done, typically you want to download it into your file, right? And then let's take a look at this one right here. So same glasses. Let's look at this. All right. Oh, that's pretty. All right. Very good. So then what I would do is download this and submit it. But you should get the idea here. All right. So what we've done here is we've added a little detail, and then we added your graphic logo to it. And with that, I will stop this recording.